What's up, guys? Like some of you know, I spent like a month home. Came back to a bunch of mail. We put our mail on hold. Haven't really had time to open a lot of it. Uh, and I kind of got a late Christmas gift, I guess you could say. Uh, Opened something I wasn't expecting. Um, I can't remember if this guy asked for my address or not. I'm sure he did because he had it. But I didn't remember that this was coming my way. So it was a nice surprise, and it's really cool stuff, and it's something he had no clue that I'm into, but I am actually into it. So it's pretty cool. Um, I'm not going to read you. He wrote me a little letter, and it's really nice, really kind, paying me some compliments and saying thank you, and then explaining what he included in the package. Um, and it's just really neat. His name's Raymond. It's MrlCSK on YouTube. He's a frequenter of my videos. Ooh, sorry to pop my back. And he comments a lot, and we talk. Uh, Really cool dude, and especially cool because I totally forgot about this. I'm sure he asked me for my address, but I 100% forgot that anything was coming my way. So it was a really nice surprise, and he had no clue I'm into this stuff, but I actually really am. South Alabama is a pretty good spot for this kind of stuff. The rivers around here, around dams, you can find this kind of stuff, just not nearly as cool as what's in here. So this is awesome. Uh, First, he included a Night Eyes Eclipse, which I promptly stuck on my Victorinox Tinker. I took the P7 suspension clip off and stuck that on there, and that's in my EDC bag, and I didn't go dig it out, but it's in there clipped to my bag. He gave me these cool, super cool scissors. I've never seen anything like this. They're called Slip and Snip. They're made in the USA. They just pop out like that, and then they fold into scissors or shears. I looked at them, and the bevels are almost completely flat. So I don't know if they're scissors. They may be shears, but I do know that they'll probably never go dull because they don't really have a beveled edge. It's just, it cuts by having such tight tolerances in between those two flat bevels. It just kind of shears anything off. And this is super thin receipt paper, and it actually does a very good job of snipping it. I mean, very, very clean cut for having no bevel edges at all. This is super cool, and it goes in my little EDC organizer. Knives are good, but there's sometimes when you just need snips, and these are perfect for it. And again, it just folds up into a little tiny package like that. He didn't know this either, but I absolutely love little gadgets like this. They really they really tickle me. I don't know why, but it's cool. I'm gonna refer to this note. Okay, the stuff he gave me are like fossilized shark's teeth and an actual fossil. Each one of these fossils, or the teeth, are like 6 to 8 million years old, which is cool in and of itself. And they're actually things that he found and hand cleaned, as opposed to like dunking them in some sort of solution and bleaching them white. They lose their natural patina, and they obviously look cooler the way they're done like this. And it's neat that he dug them up by hand and washed them by hand, with the intention of giving them to me. So that shows some forethought, and that's a really kind gesture. So I wanted to show. Can't remember where. Okay. Wanted to show these teeth. I believe they're from a mako shark. Oh God, that scared me. Let's see. Yep, mako shark, and they're like 6 to 8 million years old. That is amazing. But anyway, I wanted to get them out and show it to you. I don't know if they're fragile, so I'm going to treat them like they're glass. I know that is, because that's like in shell, I think. Anyway, we could find shark's teeth where we're at in Alabama and where my hometown is in Alabama, but they're nowhere near as extravagant as this. Especially this big beast right here. Look at this stuff. I mean, having shark's teeth, period, is cool, but having shark's teeth that you know were, they belong to a shark 6 to 8 million years ago. I mean, think about it, 6 to 8 million years ago. It blows my mind to think about it, honestly. It kind of gives me, it blows my mind right out. I sometimes don't even like thinking about it, because you start thinking about something that's millions of years old, and the universe and how it doesn't ever end and stuff like that, and I'm telling you, it blows my mind right out, and I get freaked out and have to stop thinking about it. So I know that's kind of weird, but these are really cool. I actually dug up some shark's teeth. They're smaller than this, and they're crappy, and they look like garbage. So these will go into my collection, and they'll be like display pieces. These are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, check that thing out. It's huge. I can only imagine how big the shark was that had this in his mouth, and he had rows of them like that. And then the front one will kind of angle out, and then the back ones will be like this, laid in the back, and he chomps with this one, breaks this one off, and another one comes forward. But anyway, look at it. It's huge. And it's still sharp after 6 to 8 million years. I mean, you could poke that in somebody if you wanted to. It's my new self-defense weapon. Stick it like that. I know there's dead air here, but it really doesn't matter. Figured you guys would want to check this stuff out. This is more like what we find around here, but they're not nearly as intact or beautiful. They're normally jet black. I don't know what causes that. Maybe he does, but they're normally jet black on the teeth and kind of dark brown up here. This one is wicked sharp. I know it's not. That's what I need to do, is poke myself with something 6 to 8 million years old and get some kind of crazy bacteria from back then and die of a disease nobody's ever heard of. I don't know if that can happen or not. The last thing he got me is 10 to 12 million years old, and it's a fossil of a fish that is in shell, and shell is essentially like old seafloor compacted into layers and eventually turns to rock. But you can check this out. This is a fish that obviously died and then was floated to the bottom of the seafloor, settled, and then sediment packed on top of that, and after millions of years it compresses into shell, which is rock, and we get this. Then you get this awesome like relief of the fish. I don't know if this is pieces of a fish, but it looks like the vertebra is angled that way, and that's how the fish was oriented. But then you have this fin that looks like the fish was oriented this way and had a fin coming over. I don't know. I'm no fossil expert. He is, but maybe he can inform me of what it is. But I know this is very fragile, so I have to be careful with it. And I actually don't have any legit fossils in my collection, so this is really, really neat. And it's 10 to 12 million years old, so that's even cooler. Anyway, I just really, really wanted to thank you, Raymond. This stuff is super cool, and I don't know what you thought about me while I wasn't saying anything about it, but I haven't gotten it until like today, so it's really cool, and it made my day, and I really appreciate it. So anyway, I just wanted to show this stuff to you guys. I don't want to draw the video out, but thank you, Raymond. That's super, super kind of you, and it doesn't go unappreciated. So thank you, and hopefully there's something I can do for you in the future. But Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.